Control of the feeling state is not meant restraint or suppression of your feelings, but rather the disciplining of self to imagine and entertain only such feeling states that contribute to your happiness. What's going on? Sunny here, and in today's video, we're going to go deeper into Neville Goddard's Feeling is the Secret. I'm not going to be discussing the entire book, but I want to really get detailed on one concept, that is detaching your feeling state from what is going on in your life. Because I have people constantly asking me, Sunny, how do I feel the way that I want to feel? How do I feel the way that I would feel if I had already achieved my goal, if I was already living my desired reality, when I am currently living a reality that I don't want, when I'm currently experiencing a reality that I do not like? This is what I'm going to be showing you how to do today, because it is absolutely crucial that you get into control of your state of being, of your feeling state, and detach it from the outside if you actually want to create something different. Because the feeling state that you're feeling on a regular day-to-day basis, your state of being, is attracting to you, is creating the circumstances that you are currently experiencing. But if you want to start experiencing things that you do like, things that you do want to create, you're going to have to create a massive change in your state of being on a habitual basis, not just like for 5 minutes a day, right? And you're also going to have to, through that, shift your focus. So let's talk about the feeling state today, because Neville constantly says that in order to impress upon the subconscious mind an idea from your conscious mind, you need feeling. Feeling is what fertilizes it, okay? And to emphasize this, I want to kind of read one quote by Neville that said, "No idea can be impressed upon the subconscious until it is felt. But once felt, be it good, bad, or indifferent, it must be expressed." Feeling is the one and only medium through which ideas are conveyed to the subconscious. And even in processes such as reality transurfing, the author of Reality Transurfing constantly says that your subconscious, what you call the heart, does not speak in the language of the mind, words, right? That doesn't matter. What it actually accepts and recognizes is feeling. So you could be thinking about money all you want and doing your money affirmations and visualizing, you having an abundant reality. But if the feeling that is connected to it is like, oh, I don't have this yet. Oh, I'm waiting for this. Oh, it still hasn't arrived yet. If that's your feeling state around that vision, then are you working towards that vision, or are you actually working against yourself and getting in your own way? Because that what will manifest through that feeling state of waiting, of this isn't here yet, is just another reality in which you are waiting and when it's not here yet. So you have to start to get better at inducing the feeling state that you truly want to feel. And it's much simpler than you make it out to be. It's much simpler than I had been making out to be. Like our minds create such complexity within simple things, and then we just confuse ourselves within that complexity, and then we create problems for ourselves. So for this video, right, just listen with an open ear without the 1,000 questions that pop up, and just be open to receiving what is being said in the simplest way possible. Because truly what is being said is very simple. Feeling how you want to feel is very simple. So let's break this down into 2 steps, okay? The first step is going to be you detaching how you currently feel from what you see. And then the second step will be how to induce the feeling state of what you do want, like it's already done. Okay, so let's start with the first one. How to feel how you want to feel, regardless of circumstance. See, this is where awareness is required. There's nothing that you can do, there's no action that you can take in order to detach your feeling state from your circumstance. In order to accomplish this, what is required is conscious awareness. Not effort, but conscious awareness. See, the state that most people live in, their feeling state and their circumstances so tied together because they're living entirely through their mind, and they're currently identifying completely with what happens. So this is a state where they lack conscious awareness, and again, they're just living through their mind, and how they feel is directly linked to what is going on. So if something is good in their lives, someone said that I love you, and their finances are good, then they're going to be really happy. They're going to feel really abundant. But as soon as the circumstance passes and it shifts, which, as you know, is the nature of physical reality, everything comes and goes. There are seasons. You're going to go through the good and the bad. And you have to learn to become okay with that. Spirituality is not about just clinging on to the good and avoiding the bad. Spirituality is about being okay in whatever phase of life, knowing that you are ultimately beyond. So the state that you want to get to is where whatever is happening outside is happening, but you know yourself to be separate from it. And for that is conscious awareness is required. If you lack awareness in your life and you go, day by day, just living unconsciously, then your attention and your focus will always just be attached to the outer screen of life and just seeking things in the external reality, like constantly trying to cling on to the good and trying to run away from the bad. And that is what creates this state of anxiety. That is what creates a further state of unconsciousness. But if you start living with awareness, that is when you gain the ability to have perspective. So see, in an unconscious state, whatever's happening is your reality. That's just what you have given up your ability and your right, your freedom to choose your experience. And it's just whatever's happening, that's your experience. Whereas when you have awareness, you gain the ability to choose your perspective through which you're going to look at reality. So even when something maybe negative is happening that you really don't want happening, even in those situations, you are able to ask yourself, how can I look at this situation in a different way? How can I look at this situation with appreciation somehow? How can I find something maybe good about this? How can I look at the situation with understanding? Because see, here's the thing. Reality, what you call reality, physical reality, is not so physical. And physical reality always responds to our interpretation of it. And the way you perceive reality to be in this given moment determines how this physical reality that seems so real, it will determine how it will unfold going forward. I'll say that again. The way you perceive this reality to be in this moment determines how it will unfold going further. And here lies your freedom. Here lies your ability to choose your experience, choose your reality. If you want to detach your feeling state from your reality, use that awareness to choose your perspective and look at the circumstance through a different lens. And in the beginning, it's going to be hard and it's going to require practice. But as you create this practice and you start doing it more and more often, maybe with little things at first and then eventually with big things, you'll start to realize that in the moment, it's always difficult. But when you choose to look at even a negative situation in a positive way, truly doing it, not just like faking it, but actually believing that, okay, there's something to grasp here. There's something to learn here. There's something to appreciate here. You'll always see that circumstance unfold to your benefit in the same vibration of your reaction to the initial provocation of that circumstance. That is you creating your reality through your perspective, through your state of being. And that is what creates the space in which it's no longer just things happening and you react with a negative emotion or a positive emotion. But rather, things happen and there's this space. And in this space, you choose how you want to think, how you want to look at the situation, and therefore how you want to feel. How you look at the situation is how you're focusing your attention. And how you focus your attention determines how you feel. So in order to feel the way that you want to feel and detach your feeling state from the circumstance, you can't try to control your feelings and just try to like, oh my God, can I run away from this? I want to feel good. But instead, you have to focus your attention in the way that is beneficial for you. And that is the disciplining of self that Neville was talking about in the quote that I shared earlier. Disciplining of self to feel the feelings, feel only the feelings, and entertain only the feelings that create happiness for you. Now, again, these are just words when you're listening to them. And when you're just like, oh yeah, that totally makes sense. It's still just words. Intellectual understanding will do you no good. You have to practice this principle when things do go wrong. So like if you stub your toe tomorrow on like your dinner table or something like that, use this. Start with the little things. If you get a flat tire tomorrow while on your way to work, right there, start with the little things, because then you will build up momentum and build up the strength to do it when big things happen. But only through practice, only through experience, this principle will become real for you, and you will gain that ability. You will notice, oh my God, this time I didn't just react. This time I'm actually choosing the way I want to look at it, and therefore how I feel about it. So make sure to practice this. Intellectual understanding, not gonna work. And now comes the second part to this, which is feeling the way that you truly want to feel and the way that you would feel if you had already achieved your goal. So see, before I gave an example of when you are thinking about money and being abundant, but really like you're in a state of actually hasn't even happened yet, that's where you're thinking deep down. So this is where you're gonna have to practice your imagination, right? A lot of people say they're not good at visualization, but it's because they haven't practiced it. Nobody's actually better at visualization than anybody else, like inherently. Everybody that is good at visualization those are the people that have actually practiced visualization. So know that this is an innate skill that you already have, but you have to develop it. Okay, you have to actually practice it because it is so important. And obviously, if you follow Neville, he constantly says imagination is God. It is your ability to connect to those states, those realities that you want to flow into physical reality. And as we said before, emotion, feeling is the connection between the physical and the spiritual. So if you want to impress upon your subconscious mind what you want and therefore create it in your physical life, you're going to have to use the power of your imagination to play out a scenario in which you are living the life that you actually want to live. And you are focusing with concentration, again, not effort, but rather awareness, with concentration. You are focusing your perspective in a way that you're like so lost in that reality, even maybe for a couple of minutes a day at first, right? You're just lost in that reality and you're just enjoying it, and you like truly lose a sense of your physical reality. So this is where you have to get better at imagination, and you have to hone the ability to concentrate. So this is where meditation and visualization go hand in hand, because meditation will help you train your attention, and visualization will help you use that attention to tune in to the imaginative states that are real, through which you can start to create those in physical reality by impressing them upon your subconscious mind. So here's the thing, to induce the feeling of how you want to feel and how you would feel if you already had your goal achieved is not something you actually have to do. All you have to do is you have to hone your ability to focus your attention into the reality that you want. You have to connect to that reality within through your focused attention. How would you feel if you already had what you wanted? If you already had that promotion, or if you already had that amount of money, or if you already had that skill or character trait or quality. Visualize yourself behaving and acting and living out the life from the first person perspective of the version of you that already has what you want to create in this physical reality right now. And start to visit that reality more often. Through that, just by your focused attention in that reality, the feeling state will come forth. It has to happen. And anybody who doesn't believe this, when I say the mind cannot tell the difference between what's real and what's imaginary. Your mind and even body will have a reaction to it just like it is real. So once you start experiencing that right now through your imagination, your body and mind are going to believe that they're there. And to test this, I dare you right now, to close your eyes. Maybe you could do this after the video. Close your eyes and just picture yourself at the edge of a really tall building, the Empire State Building or whatever. And you're looking over and you feel like you're about to fall. Truly imagine that and watch how your body automatically pulls back. your body has a natural reaction. It's like pulling back, but it's like you're sitting on your couch and there's no danger here. But it's because your mind cannot tell between real and imaginary. The effect that you're creating within your imagination, it is truly real. And the more you visit that and the more you feel those feelings that you would be feeling if your goal was already achieved and your reality was already achieved, the more that vision starts to flow into your physical reality. Because again, emotion, feeling is the link between the spiritual, the imaginary, and the physical, what we consider to be real. However, reality is both of these combined. Physical, if anything, is not as real because it comes and goes, whereas everything that is in your imagination is in your imagination. It is. Physical is transitory. Everything in your imagination is. And you can tap into anything that you want, anything that you can conceptualize right now. So put these 2 steps into practice starting right now. And let me know what quote or what did I say in this video that really resonated deep with you. Okay, let me know in the comment section below. Now, if you want to take your journey to the next level and start to create the life that you truly want to live through a higher consciousness mindset, if you want to elevate your consciousness and let go of all the limiting baggage that is holding you back from living the life you truly want to live, then I encourage you to enroll in my accelerated reality coaching program. I'm taking free consultations right now in which we can decide if it's the right fit for us to work together and to see how I can help you directly create the life of your dreams. The link for that is in the description box below. Schedule a free call with me and let's see how I can help you manifest your dream life. Let's do this. But other than that, I hope you enjoyed this video. Give me a thumbs up, subscribe to this channel, and I will see you in the next video.